What's going on, you guys? We're here for episode 2 of Financial Fashion Talk podcast. We're looking forward to speaking with you guys. I'm the CEO, Mr. Best, and this is the CFO.
Riley Best. What's going on, people?
Glad to be on here just one more time, man. We had some difficulties last week, but we back this week. We know how it worked, and we're looking forward to speaking with you guys and giving you guys some great information. We thank you guys for coming on the show, watching it. We thank you for the likes. We thank you for the comments, and we really want to get intimate with you guys, and we want, we want to get to know you. We want to interact with you. We want to get y'all thoughts and perspectives on different topics. And today we just going to talk and have a conversation about confidence, because confidence is very, very important, as far as your personality, how you feel about yourself, your self-esteem. And it's something that we all need to have for ourselves. So we want to talk about that. And we want to give you guys, tangible and practical steps on how to increase your confidence. And we also going to tell our story on how we were able to increase our confidence, because we all go through things in life where we don't have as much confidence as we should have, because things in life happens, bruh. And when that happens, we tend to not have confidence in ourselves, because when we take losses or things happen unexpectedly, we kind of lose confidence in ourselves and we get discouraged. But nevertheless, man, we got to continue to keep going and continue to keep growing, because that's how your confidence get built.
Most definitely. I agree 100%, man.
I'll be right back. Get a charge. I'll be right back. You can talk to me.
Okay. But yeah, like John was saying, man, it's like when dramatic situations happen in your life, man, it tend to make you draw back, and you kind of lose your press and focus on whatever it is that you're striving for. And I'm glad for all the situations that I have had that show me my lack of confidence in myself. I've kind of always been a person that relied on the opinion of others. And that's another thing that could definitely give you a lack of confidence. You always looking for somebody else to approve what you're doing. You're looking for somebody else to partner up in what you're doing and agree. But yeah, that's kind of like a hindrance, for anybody, trying to accomplish any goal. And yeah, man.
I think the thing about that, bro, we all want to feel important, of course.
Truly.
And the important thing about that is that you have a good circle. You got to surround yourself with people that's going to, want your best interest. Because when you start hanging around people, that don't want what's best for you, how can you have confidence in yourself? Because you're not even going in the right path. And if you want to be confident in whatever you're doing, you can't hang around the people that's doing total opposite of what you're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
And that builds your confidence as well, having that support system.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I'm not negating the fact that you don't need a positive circle. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is that you need to, you don't need to depend on the opinion of somebody else to give you the will to strive.
Right. It should be in you.
Right. Whether you like it or not, you know what I mean? Whether she like it or not, whether they like it or not, like, I'm doing what I'm going to do. Right. You know what I mean? Until I see that it's going to fail.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. But you definitely need a strong positive circle. You know what I mean? And from my experience in life, man, your circle shouldn't be no bigger than a Cheerio.
I mean, I won't say that, because it's really just all boils down to what kind of circle you have, bro.
Well, that's true.
You can't really put a limit on how many great people, great influences you have in your life.
But I feel like in the embryo stages of whatever, whatever you doing, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be too many voices.
Nah,
you know what I mean? But along the way, like, you gonna pick up those people. You know what I mean? You gonna pick up those people because that positive mindset and that high level of confidence is gonna attract those kind of people to you,
right?
You know what I'm
right
saying, on your journey. You know what I mean? So I'm not limited. What I'm saying is, like, when you starting out, you know what I mean, you should start out with, you know what I mean, just a limited amount of voices, so it won't be so much clutter. You know,
because everybody got the best advice for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It seems like every time, every time you try something out, or you about to try something new, and you want to get excited and you want to tell people around you, most of the time they always want to turn you away or try to give you advice, but they don't really understand.
Right.
So you got to make sure you're around people who actually understand what you're confident in.
Right. True that. And I can speak to this level, you know what I'm saying, because when John first started Financial Fashion, and I was bouncing all over the place, man, trying to do this business thing, trying to do that business thing. And I was putting my money over here and I was putting my money over there. And John was telling me, he was telling me about he was starting the Financial Fashion. I'm like, oh, man, that's a great idea, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, let's go ahead, do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man. But I didn't see his vision. You know what I mean? And that's a particular thing about it. Like, it's not it wasn't my vision. You know what I mean? I was just allowed to see. The direction that he was going in. And I'm thankful for that, because as a child, I've always looked forward to helping people, you know what I mean, in whatever way possible. Like, I've always wanted to help people. And I feel like, with him coming up with Financial Fashion, it was a very great avenue for us to help people. Just like the topic that we're on tonight, confidence. Confidence, man, and it's very necessary.
Hey, we're finna get into some things. Okay, hey. Now, what we need to do, bro, is tell them, a testimony about how we may have lost confidence or something that made us lose confidence. So I'm gonna start off with that because we want to be transparent and we want to actually let you guys know that we really go through things and we're really working on ourselves because we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We still have things that we're working on. And confidence is something that you can always get better in. You can always increase your self-confidence. So part of my story is that in 2018, a lot of things, I didn't really have vision. And it's going to tie into you having confidence. Just stay with me because first of all, you got to make sure you're operating in your gift. That's first and foremost.
True that.
Because if you're not operating in your gift and if you don't have purpose behind what you're doing, you're not gonna fully, immerse yourself in it. You're not gonna go all out. You're not gonna be as confident as you should be in what you're doing because you're not operating in what you're supposed to do. One thing about having a gift is that it's natural. Nobody had to teach you that gift. It's inherent. It came here in you. So that's what's so important about operating in your gift because you begin to be confident in that gift because it's who you are. So before you even establish any self-confidence, bro, the best way to do it is you being yourself. You finding out what your true self is and you finding out what your talents are, what your gifts are. And that increases your self-confidence. So I'm going to give you my testimony. Like in 2018, it started out a very depressing year. I ended up losing a member of my immediate family. And all I would want to do is just really nothing because I didn't really have my vision. It got blurry. So I ended up working these dead-end jobs. Well, I don't want to sound cliche by calling it a dead-end job, but that's what they are. And I was just working them. And I lost sight on what I was supposed to be doing. So I felt like I was hitting a brick wall. So I started being depressed. I started doing different things that I wasn't supposed to be doing, getting off path. And that's another thing. By you not knowing what your gift and purpose is, you start getting off track. Because you don't have a vision and you don't have direction and knowing where you're going. So that's why it's very, very important that we focus on ourselves and learn ourselves so we can really know what we're supposed to be doing. So with me being depressed, you know what I'm saying? I started getting really depressed with myself and not knowing because I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing while I was living on this earth. I wanted to know, but I didn't really understand what my job here was. I still had my company, but at the same time, I wasn't doing nothing with my company. Like, I wasn't helping it grow. You know, I was just at a standstill because I was depressed. So, anyways, I got tired of being at the place where I was. And I'm going to use this quote. You know what I'm saying? The quote is, I'm not sure what the author of this quote is, but check this out. When the pain of staying the same outweigh the pain of change, then you will change. I'm going to repeat that again. When the pain of staying the same outweigh the pain of change, then you will change.
How's it?
And he got that from somebody. I forgot the person who quoted that, but it's a very powerful quote because it became painful to stay the same because I was tired of living the way I was living. I was tired of not feeling fulfilled every day that I woke up and went to work. So that became, very depressing for me. So the first thing that I did, I started praying because I wanted to really know what I was supposed to be doing, what my purpose was, what my gift was. I knew that I like to talk. I know that I like to help people. But you can know what you like to do without actually having a vision for it. And that's what's so very important. You got to have a vision for what you're doing. That increased confidence too, because when you have a sense of fulfillment and when you know you're doing the right thing, your confidence go to the next level. It's just like in your belief. And your belief with everything, if you're confident in it, how can I phrase that? The more sure you is about what you believe in, the more confident you are. You feel what I'm saying?
That is going to work for you.
Exactly. Yeah. The more sure you are of it, and that's why you got to know without a doubt what your gift is, because your gift is going to continue to make room for you. When you operate in your gift and you harness it and you work on yourself, it's going to make room for you automatically. And see, I feel like the system, we're going to talk about the system. We're going to talk about systems too, because, we get into the system that we're only supposed to pay bills and die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we get attached to that lifestyle. And we start to kind of believe that that's what all we're supposed to do.
Right.
And I didn't want to be in that rat race of not being fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Just working to pay bills and not really having fulfillment in what I was doing. So I started to pray. And I started reading the book of Proverbs. And this is not to get deep into the Bible, but I do want to mention this. The book of Proverbs bring light. It talks about a lot of wisdom and understanding. And that's something I started seeking after. I know I wanted to help people, but I just wanted to chase money at the time. I didn't have a purpose. I just was wanting to chase money. But see, when I read Proverbs, it showed me that I should value wisdom and knowledge more than I value anything else. And I had to put God in whatever I was doing so it can work. I had to do his will, and I had to get out of myself and ask him what work he wanted me to do. So I tied what my passion was, which is helping people and empowering people and building personalities and building mindsets. That's what I like to do. So I took my passion and he gave me a purpose. And I feel like we should want everybody around us to be the best version of themselves. And that's what this company is all about. And I got a vision for it. The Lord gave me a vision. I stopped chasing money and I started working in my purpose, working in my gift. And that's what self-confidence came from. Now I can get on videos and talk about what we're doing.
Truly.
You see what I'm saying? Because I believe in it.
Yeah.
So before you have confidence, before confidence get built, you got to believe, first of all. You got to believe in whatever you're doing. You got to study your craft. Whatever your gift is, you got to study it. You got to grow it. And it's up to you. And one thing about gifts, bro, I'm going to let you give your take on it.
Oh, no.
I'm going to give you a take on it in just a minute, but with everything that you do as far as your gifts and talents, you got to do it consistently for it to grow. You see what I'm saying? Just because it's a gift don't mean you ain't got to practice. Because, you got to continue to grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not like you a spirit and you perfect.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you got to perfect your craft.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And like he was saying in the beginning, man, before you can even think about confidence, man, you got to know like who you are. You know what I mean? You got to know like who you are. Like you got to definitely know who you are, because that's a real big hinder. That's a real big hinder for anybody, man. If you don't know who you are, you won't know your purpose. And so therefore it'll lead you to move in a direction relying on everything else. Opinions and everything else, man. You'll never be sure. You'll never have a sense of sure. You know what I mean? It'll always be some kind of unsurety, for you not to be able to make a definite move or make a definite decision. But you got to first discover like what is your own purpose? Like what is your purpose? Like what is your reason for being here? You know what I'm saying? Like I thought, yeah, that's what I thought. You get a job, you work, and work. Like that's why I never had a problem like working, because that was all my mindset. Work. Like Rihanna said, work. You know what I'm saying? But like that ain't even what it's about. You know what I mean? Like you can work, but like what are you working on? Like
right.
Like what lane are you working in? Like I don't want to work myself to death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's other work that you can do that'll be gratifying and satisfying, like to your life,
to your soul, like,
and like
to your true self,
to the inside, the inside man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what a lot of things. That's what stress comes from. It comes from doing things constantly that you don't like to do.
Exactly, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that disallows you to be a great parent. You know what I mean? That disallows you to be a great husband. That disallows you to be a great wife, or whatever the case may be. Like whatever. But when you're constantly doing something that you're not enjoying, like that takes away all self-fulfillment. You know what I'm saying?
But hey, all right. Now, another thing that really helps your confidence is loving yourself. So you really let's be real. We're gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be real, man.
Hell yeah.
You really can't be confident if you don't love yourself. You know what I'm saying? And we tend to not take care of ourselves. We tend to just do what people want us to do. A lot of us don't even know ourselves really. We don't know what we want. We don't know what we like. Well, we know what we like, but we don't like it enough to do it. We just talk about it.
Well, I say, man, it's not so much as doing, what other people want you to do, but it's doing things to satisfy your conscience. You know what I'm saying? It's like you satisfying your conscience. You know what I mean? So, like, if they don't feel this way about me, if she don't feel this way, if he don't feel this way, mama don't feel this way, then, like, it don't feel good to me. You know what I'm saying? It don't feel good. But like in loving yourself, man, like, oh my God, man.
Like let's talk about like, okay, have you ever had a time where you didn't love yourself?
Yeah.
Like talk about okay, you might not want to give details, but
well, I mean, I'm gonna just say it like this, man. And it could probably go for anybody. You know what I mean? There are certain characteristics, there are certain habits, and like there are things that like you might want to like what's certain things that you might want to get rid of.
Yeah.
That are.
Sorry for that pause. We back. But you can go ahead and continue.
But yeah, man. There are certain things a part of every person, man, that you don't necessarily want to have out in the light. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things about me, and I wouldn't dare tell this man. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe one day, but it's certain things that we all have. You know what I mean? That we would like to hide. It's different characteristics that we have that we're probably not satisfied with. You know what I mean? But loving yourself, it man, I'm telling you, it's easier said than done. I put it like that. it's easier said than done. But when you can come into a place where where these things aren't an issue. Like I've always had an issue with like condemning myself. You know what I mean? Because of my habits and my downfalls. Like I always done that. I've always done that. Like, you beat yourself up constantly about why I didn't do this like that.
Talk. Now
why I didn't, what I mean? Bro. Why I didn't, why? It's always a why. Like, why I didn't do this right? Why I did that wrong? Why I said this like that? But when you can come into a place where it don't matter, like either you like it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like either you receive it or you don't. Like that's a place, man, where like it will really boost your confidence because it don't matter the opinion of anybody else. You know what I mean? Yeah, like once you learn how to once you master yourself. You know what I mean? Once you master yourself, like you gotta master yourself.
Hey, and that takes time. You know,
no, not only time,
but you know, mastering yourself. You can finish what you.
No, I'm saying not only time, but it take practice.
Exactly.
Like you got to do that every day, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And part of being able to do that is having that mindset. You know, this all ties into confidence, bro. It all ties into confidence because the more you do a thing, right? Mm-hmm. The more familiar it is to you. The more familiar.
Oh, familiar, yeah.
The more familiar it is to you.
Right.
And why do we like to be comfortable?
Because it's the most familiar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you start getting familiar with what you're doing, it's automatic.
Oh yeah, it's automatic comfortability.
But you gotta have that mindset of bettering yourself.
Yeah.
See, we have to, like you talked about a lot of habits. You talked about habits. Now, he said a lot when he talked about habits because he said that he started to condemn himself about his habits. So let's talk a little bit about habits. Habits really, 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 how can I put this?
Well,
habits make you feel a certain type of way, bro.
Definitely.
You know, when we get to talk about routines and what you do on a daily basis and what you do every day, it really builds who you are. Really, your routine and what you do every day builds
that's
who
you.
That's really who you are.
Who you are.
That's who you are.
Build who you are. I mean, when you start to convert and bring over to that, come into that new, then you can start. Then that's when you start building. But your regular everyday habit, like that's who you are. That's who you are until you change it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But habits, man, I'm just gonna say this, man. I'm gonna hand it back over. But habits, man, it's not just smoking. You know what I'm saying? It's not just drinking. You know what I'm saying? It goes. It surpasses that. Like low self-esteem is a habit.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a habit, man. Like, and I know.
Drop mic.
No, but that is a habit, man. That is a habit. Self-consciousness, like that's a habit. Being self-conscious is a habit. Like there are many different things, man. And I can say this because I've witnessed, these things like in myself. You know what I mean? Like I can't speak for nobody else, but like just within myself, man. Like self-esteem issues, low confidence, man. All of that. And they're bad habits. They're bad habits. Like they bad habits.
Nah,
man.
for real.
And those are mental habits.
Right.
That's why they're worse. Like I can smoke cigarettes, but my self-esteem is like crazy high. You know what I'm saying? So I might be killing myself with cancer. You know what I mean? But like my brain and my mind, like I'm fine.
Right.
On the inside, you know what I'm saying? So it's some habits that are worse than others, man. It's worse than others, man.
And see, that's why we gotta. Well, when you got direction and vision, and you know what you're here to do, that's part of why you begin to be confident in that because you know whatever it takes. What you love to do, you know whatever it takes for you to continue to do that.
Yeah.
So if you love what you do, you're gonna want to do it at the highest level you can do it. If you really want to do it, you're gonna want to be able to perform at your highest level.
Definitely.
So with you working on yourself like that, it becomes like a second nature you don't even have to ask yourself how you feel about what you're getting ready to do or the decisions that you're getting ready to make.
Definitely.
Because you start to trust yourself.
Right.
And you can't you can't trust yourself.
Oh, man.
Exactly. You can't trust yourself if you ain't got confidence in yourself.
Right, definitely, man. You always seek your answer to come from somewhere else.
Exactly.
You always seek your approval to come from somewhere else because you really don't trust your own self because your confidence is low, like within yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got more confidence over here and over there, but within is like you need to hit the gas tank. You need to hit the gas. You need to hit the gas station.
Hey. What's important? I'm gonna mention something. Don't you know, like, however you feel about yourself, you dish it off to other people? You know, so like you really can't even be confident in other people if you can't be confident in yourself.
Right.
You know, you have sometimes you got somebody that's ambitious, right? And they get discouraged by people who don't have confidence in themselves. Because if they had confidence in themselves, it'd be easier for them to understand somebody else and have confidence in them. So that's comes like when people be discouraging you when you doing what you trying to do. When people discourage you, it's only because they don't see themselves.
True that.
You see what I'm saying? They gonna try to put on you what they don't think they can do.
True that.
But see, when confidence, bro, you could be able to have confidence in somebody else because you're confident in yourself.
Right.
And see, that's why a lot of people get into business. You know what I'm saying? They get into competitions. Like, business is not competition. Certain businesses are. But I'm saying, like, it depends on what kind of business you in. But you don't want to get caught up in being so competitive that you can't focus on bettering yourself.
True that.
Because why would you care if somebody else is making sales if you confident in yourself? You won't care. You won't care what somebody else is doing because you confident in what you do.
Right.
What you doing?
That's true. That's true, man. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So what you do to yourself, bro, enables you to do it for other people.
Right.
Just like loving yourself, it enables you to love somebody else.
Right.
Forgiving yourself, understanding yourself allows you to understand and forgive other people.
Man.
Having empathy, you know what I'm saying? Having sympathy, having compassion.
All of these attributes and characteristics, once you can like get all these things lined up, it'll allow you to be an asset in this world, and you could be a benefit to somebody else that's lacking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and like that's the main goal for financial fashion. You know what I mean? Like even like the main objective is personal development.
No, for real.
But we're doing it through clothes. We're doing it through clothing. Oh yeah. What's the website?
I'm about to get that right now.
Oh yeah, man. I just thought about it. But yeah, that. It allows you to be an asset to somebody else that's lacking. You know. But that's
even though we all are lacking.
That's true.
Because we all can, self-improve, and that's the main objective. Like, we not just on here giving advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is things that we make it. We try to make it a habit of bettering ourselves. So it won't be hard to help somebody else do the same thing.
Exactly.
So it ain't, we just getting on here just giving advice and just talking. Like, we make sure it's things that we're actually working on, like things that we're actually dealing with
in our own personal life.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Like that's the main objective.
Experience is this experience, bro. When you experience some things, people can really feel it when you talk about it.
Right.
And that's the best part about it. Like when you go through things, you'll be able to tell somebody else.
Right.
You know how you came through it, or how it affected you, or how it helped you.
Right.
Because it can help somebody else the same way it helped you.
Most definitely. Most definitely, man. And that's the main objective, man. And even with going through situations, man, it's not to hurt you, you know what I mean? But it's to be a help to somebody else. It's definitely a help. It's definitely for you to be a help to somebody else, man. And that's the main objective.
Hey, we ain't got the letters going across the screen yet. We ain't got it fancy yet. But I wrote it on a sheet of paper, if you can see that. The website is www.financialfashionclothingco.com. This is our website, and you can find it on our Facebook page. This is my main Facebook page, but we do have a business page, Financial Fashion Clothing Co. You can find our videos, our content, our products. You can find everything on that page. So if you could, whatever, you know what? I'm gonna comment. Put it in the comments. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in the comments. Put that thing in the comments. Just 1 second. I'm gonna give it to y'all and put it in the comments. We got a YouTube channel as well. But yeah, man, we getting some real good. It's a real good topic, man.
Most definitely.
And that everybody could use. Man, everybody can use confidence.
And there's some great products on there, man. You can put the shirts on, just before you start your day in the morning. You do your praying or whatever you do to start your day off. And take a look at the message on the front of your shirt. And just remember that throughout the day. There's some great things on there, so everybody go and check it out.
Hey, that's another thing too, man. I can't get away from talking about these habits.
Oh yeah.
I really can't, bro, because when you try and get to another level, everything that you start to do got to be things that's going to push you forward to that level you're trying to get to.
True that.
So if you got a certain path or a certain vision you see for yourself, you're not going to get there unless you do the things that you need to do in order to get there.
Right. That's true, man.
So even from the stuff you look at, from the stuff you listen to, the stuff you read, people don't think that stuff matters, but it really matters because you're really not fighting against people. You're fighting against spirits. You know what I'm saying? You're fighting against different things that go against what you're trying to do. So everything that you're doing and you involved in, everything that you're doing and whatever you're involved with got to be lined up with what you want personally. It got to line up with the results that you want.
Right.
Because if it's not lined up with the results that you want, you can't get them.
That's true. That's true.
You're doing total opposite of the things the results you want.
Right. That's true. That's why before you even start anything, you have to know. You have to first know, before you can even create these positive habits that you need to do to go in the direction that you want to go, consistently, you have to have a very important thing, and I used to be in the gym a lot. I used to work out a lot. I used to love it. I still do, but life has, kind of chopped my time up, so I can't get back in there. But I say that to say this, the reason that you're doing it has to be very strong for you to be consistent in doing it. You know what I mean? Your why has to be very important. You know what I mean? Because
why?
If we're doing this if you're doing it for money, and you just chasing money, anything you chasing, you're gonna always be chasing it.
Right.
It's it ain't gonna stop. You gonna always chase it. I don't care how much money you get.
You're gonna have to run harder and harder.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know exactly why you're doing what you're doing, why you want to do what you're doing, and let that be the controlling factor that motivates you, to continue doing what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, you have to have a very strong why. You got to have a very strong why, But that's the foundation. That's the foundation of seeking the high confidence level. You got to know why you're doing it. You can't just do it I just want my confidence level to be up. Nah, it's not going to happen like that. You got to have a motivation. You got to have a motivator, to push you in that direction, because it's normal. It's normal, and it's in your DNA to be comfortable.
Right.
You know what I mean? It takes something very detrimental to make you step out of your comfort zone.
It really does. I want to see how long we've been on here. I want to see how long we've been on here, man. It's really a good conversation. Really a good conversation. I really want to check the comments. I really want to get your guys. I want to get you guys' thoughts. So if you want to comment anything, bring up a point, talk about something, feel free. Feel free. It's an open forum. You know, we really want to interact with you guys anyway. So feel free to comment.
Oh yeah,
It's very helpful. I've been praying for a word about this stuff for a while now. It can get really frustrating when you feel stuck. Thank you. Nah, thank you.
Man,
thank you.
real.
See, this is why we do what we do, man. We have people that sometimes they feel like they need encouragement, man. And that's really why I feel like I'm living to encourage somebody else, man, because it brings me fulfillment, man. I'm working in my gift. And if my gift can help somebody else, you're here to serve your gift, no matter what. Because your gift is all about service, actually. You didn't come here with a gift in you to die with it without giving it to somebody else.
Nah, it don't work like that.
It's a gift because you're supposed to serve it. You're supposed to serve it. Your gift is to be used for somebody else.
Right. Right, man.
Because you already have your gift.
Right.
What more can it do for you?
Right.
I'm saying, like,
right.
It's already yours.
Right. Right.
So we are here, like, the gifts that we have, bro, we are here to serve it to other people. Each and every last one of us have a gift. And it's supposed to be used
to serve
somebody in the world. It serve a purpose somewhere. I don't care what it is. Don't let nobody discourage you. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you're doing, if you feel like you're operating in your gift, it's somebody out there that need what you got.
True that.
So you're doing a disservice to yourself. You're doing a disservice to other people if you're not operating in your gift. It should be your duty, man.
That's true. That's true. And in order to find, you got to want to know what it is. Like, you know, everybody don't know what their gift is. Like, you got to want to know what it is. You got to want to seek out, you know, the purpose for your gift. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like I've known what it is for, you know, since I was a child. I always wanted to help people. Like, that was the main objective. Like, I always wanted to help people. You know what I'm saying? And it took a while. It took a while for me to really understand, you know what I'm saying, like what I really wanted to do, you know? And that's why I was saying, like, at the beginning of the podcast that, you know, it was his vision to start this company, you know, and it was just like another thing to me, you know what I mean? Because at the time, like, I was trying to get that. I was trying, you know how they say, I was trying to get that bag. I was chasing that bag, man. I wanted that bag. You know what I'm saying? But I never really thought about it. You know what I'm saying? And then one day, I was riding along and I was thinking, you know what I mean? And I was thinking about, you know, the things that we had already discussed, you know, about the main objective of this company, man. And I was like, man, you know what? It would be an honor and a blessing, like, to work with, like, my brother, you know what I mean, to do this, you know what I'm saying, like, and since that day, like, I've been on board because what we're doing, like, it lines up with what I believe, like, I'm here to do, and that's helping.
It lines up with the vision you see for yourself,
right?
You know, as being the CFO of this company. You know, one of the things you talk to me about, you see yourself doing, and it's very important. It's very important. It's being a lender and not a borrower.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know.
Ooh.
See, let me see. Let's talk about it.
Right.
That's not always monetary.
Yeah. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Hey, that's not always monetary.
Nah, not always monetary, man.
Hey,
but it can't. But now, like, monetary, you know what I mean? It depends on what you place the description on. You know what I'm saying? Because monetary could be money. You know what I'm saying? Monetary is just a form of what you're giving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you can.
But man, that. You can lend. That's like how we encouraging people right now.
That's what I'm saying. That's monetary to the conscience.
Exactly.
It's not a bag. You know what I'm saying? But it's monetary to the conscience.
You still lending,
right?
Yeah, you still lending.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the time where we don't want to be. Dang, man, I'll be about to go into the scriptures and stuff, man. I'll be about to go into the scriptures, but. Like, it's a part in the scripture, right? I'm referencing King James Bible. It was an instance in the scripture where Jesus said, "Come and buy without money." Like, how you coming by without money?
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's giving you something.
Right. But you ain't got to buy it with money.
But he said come and buy.
He still said buy.
He said buy with no price,
Right.
without price.
Right.
So it's the same thing. You know, being a lender is not all the time about, oh, you know, I got this amount of money that I'm ready to give you. But, you know, it can be a moment where you need some love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You need some encouragement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anything that I can lend to somebody else to help them and give value to them in the moment of need, that's being a lender.
Right.
And that can be money too.
Right.
Because it's a lot of people out here in need.
Right, man.
So it all plays a role. You know, being a lender, it all plays a role. It's not always money, but the main thing is that you're supposed to be able to give freely. And that's just your passion. That's one of the things you want to do. You want to be able to give.
Yeah.
And be able to give, you know, according to how you want to give.
Right. Right.
Freedom.
Right, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And that's what it's all about, man. We can act like we don't, you know what I'm saying, we don't need things from other people. Because we do.
That's a lie.
We all need each other, man.
Right.
We all need each other. So,
Right, man.
hey, man, that's the thing. That's the main thing about you being the CFO of this company, is that your vision of yourself is lining up with the vision we have in the company.
Definitely.
Because you really can't work with nobody who's not in the same vision.
Nah. How can two walk together unless they agree?
You're operating in your gift.
Right.
And within you operating in your gift, you know, the destiny was you finding a place at this company because it fits your vision.
Right. Right, man. And I feel that, like, in order to be able to be a lender, you know what I mean, in order to seek out like knowing who you are, man, it takes
Oh, we're coming up to 45 minutes.
Okay.
42 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, we about to wrap it up in a little bit, but man, it's gonna take formulating some habits. It's gonna take formulating some habits, you know, that can put you in a position to be a help to somebody else. You know what I mean? Because everything you do has a result. Everything we do has a result. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do has a result, man. I had to learn that the hard way, but everything you do has a result. But whether it be a good result or a bad result, everything we do has a result to come behind it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I say you have to be able to formulate these habits in order to be a help to somebody else. Like, I'm not gonna jump in the pool, try to help somebody, try to rescue somebody, you know what I mean? And like, they fight in the water. Like, they gonna kill both of us.
Or you about to jump in the pool and try to save somebody and you can't swim yourself.
That's true, that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Too. You need help.
Right. You gotta make
help.
sure, you know, you going in that direction of being your best self before you can be able to request that from someone else.
Yeah, man.
But it's another thing that I want to close out this podcast talking about. And what's that? Let me see. It just slipped my mind, man. Dang. Keep talking, brother. It's gonna come back to me.
But yeah, man. You can't help anybody if you need help yourself. You know what I mean?
Not effectively.
Yeah, definitely not effectively.
You can do the best you can to help somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
But you see, the difference is that you'll get burnt out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have nothing to keep giving.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying? See, when you have to give, you're able to give without it hurting you.
Right.
Without it hurting you too much.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It only hurts you when you don't have nothing to give and you got to stretch yourself and you're not looking out for yourself.
Right. Oh man. And that's another thing. Confidence. You understand? Like when you know these things. You know these things already. Because these habits that you form, it boosts your confidence and it puts you in a mindset to not forget you. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's really coming. Oh, she commented again. You lending, but also healing as well, because the mind is the heart. That's right. And there are a lot of people who need healing of the mind and heart because they can even give anything before they can give anything.
Oh, definitely,
man. That's so true.
And that's what we're talking about.
That's so true.
That's what we're talking about right now.
Exactly.
Like you can't be a help to somebody else until you first receive help for your own self. Like you can't do that. You can't do it. Like you will hurt yourself. And see, what I wound up doing was, like, this was my habit. I help and try to do as much as I can, and then next thing you know, I'm over in a corner, balled up, because like I don't have nothing else. Like I'm all poured out. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to hear nobody on the phone. Man, like what? Don't text me, don't call me. Man, like I don't want to hear nothing from nobody.
Yeah.
Because like I'm broke.
Nah, hey.
And I ain't talking about my pockets. Like I'm broke. Like I'm broke because I've been doing all this. What I think I've been doing all this. What I'm thinking I'm helping myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking out for everything else. But George don't look out for George.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like that's what happens a lot of times, man. We feel like looking out for everybody else is beneficial to you. But in the long run, it's really not. It's really not. It's really not. Don't forget about you.
Yeah, you really can't, because, hey, honestly, let's be real. Honestly, by you not taking care of yourself, you really harming other people anyway.
Almost definitely.
You see what I'm saying? When you're not in a good place up here, you tend to do things to other people, bro. That don't supposed to be done.
It's just like this. It's just like you starving yourself.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever been starved to the point where they start hallucinating. You know what I'm saying? Like you start seeing stuff that's not even there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like real talk. That's what happened, bro. Like you just said, you do.
That's some real hunger.
You be doing stuff to people, like, but you would do it. You be doing things to people, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Because you seeing things that's not even there.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like I'm going to work every day, and when I get home, I'm not eating dinner, but I'm going to sleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sleep, so I'm getting my rest, but I'm not replenishing everything that I gave out.
Exactly.
So you partially looking out for you. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot to go into it, man. It's a lot to go into it, man.
You brought that home. You made that sound so simple, and I feel that they needed to hear it like you just put it, because you put it in the place. You made it physical.
True that.
You brought it. You made it lame, because I'm saying, like, you brought it in lame terms, because I'm saying, like, that's person that don't eat don't have energy.
Right. But you sleeping though.
Even when you do sleep.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like, it's partial.
Exactly.
It's partial. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're doing just enough.
Yeah.
You know, just enough.
Just enough for you to survive.
Exactly.
Like.
But take a look. But check this out. Think about if you got sleep and start eating. Like, what the results will be then.
You will be fully prepared.
Exactly.
You'll be fully prepared for any challenge. You know what I mean? Because you done got all the things. You done got all the supplements. You done got all the necessary. You done got all the necessary things that it takes to be a help.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it sucks, man.
Man, when you sleepy, right? Think about it like this. If you sleepy and somebody asks you to help them move. If you tired and somebody asks you to help them move, like a whole house full of furniture.
It ain't happening.
Like a full furnished house.
It ain't happening.
I'm saying, yeah, you might help. You might be able to help them move. But the whole time you're going to be thinking about what? I got to get to sleep.
Right.
Dang, I'm tired. I got to get to sleep. Dang, I'm tired. Versus you getting rest the proper rest you needed, and somebody asked you that, you'll be pumped up. You know what I'm saying? You got the energy to be able to do that stuff.
Ready to go.
Exactly. It's a whole different mindset when you take care of yourself.
Right, man.
Exactly. You get a whole different mindset when you take care of yourself. You feel better.
Man. Right.
You look better.
Right. And like you said earlier, how you treat yourself is how you treat other people.
Exactly.
Now, just imagine, like, if you always had a smile, like, you can give this stuff to people, man.
Yeah.
You can give this stuff to people, man. Like, I've seen people in a solemn attitude. You know what I'm saying? I'll walk in a place, and you can see people in a solemn attitude, and just a smile, just a greeting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's very beneficial to people, man.
Right.
But it's all about how you treat yourself.
That's right.
But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that tuned in, man.
Right, man. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, man. Them 50 minutes went by super fast.
It really did. It really
super
did.
fast. It did not feel like we've been on this long, but that's how you know, when we get into deep conversation and talking about stuff that matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about no crap
Right.
that nobody can use.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But okay, before we end the podcast, another pointer on confidence.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about taking care of ourselves, so your daily routines matter. Your daily routines matter. Never forsake to take 30 minutes to an hour out your day for you. You know what I'm saying? For you. No phone. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody call you and, talk to you during that time. Use that time for you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you like to do. Make sure you take time out for yourself and pour that energy that you're giving out to other people. Pour it back into yourself. I don't care if it's going to your favorite restaurants and eating something or, just spend time away so you can feel your best. You know what I'm saying? Pay more attention to yourself. And
hey, if you got kids,
hey, you may be able to take them, bro.
Well, yeah, true that.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, when you do have kids, look, bro, doors open if you want them to.
Hey, that's true. That's true.
Doors open if you want them to.
I was just putting it out there.
No, I'm saying, I feel you, because I don't got kids.
Yeah, I know.
I don't got kids.
I know them. I'm putting it out there.
So I'm saying though, if you really wanted to work out, you would work out.
Yeah, I feel you.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's be real now. I know people got children.
Yeah.
I know people got, responsibilities and stuff like that. But if you really want to do something, you gonna do it. You do what you want to do no matter what.
That's true.
So I'm saying,
I was just trying to speak for the people with kids.
I'm saying though, you can always prepare. You know what I'm saying, for that.
Right.
I'm not saying like, okay, you might be able to do it all the time if you have children, but I'm saying the most important part is putting that desire out there, having that desire and getting into a habit of doing things like that. Uh-huh. Even if you do have children, you probably could go to a part of the house by yourself. Go to a section of the house by yourself and take your time. And I didn't say a whole day.
Yeah.
I didn't say 5 hours.
Yeah,
I said
a few minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes
to an hour.
45 minutes.
30 minutes to an hour.
Get you some real good seclusion.
Straight you, bro. No distractions.
Yeah, that's one thing, man. I used to know about that, but you know what I mean. Like, man, I'm telling you, life and bills and all of that stuff, man. But somewhere, every day, man, you gotta make it a habit. That's what we was talking about, formulating these habits, to build up you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Imano.
And another thing that goes along with your daily routine, make sure being grateful is a part of that.
Almost definitely.
Because like I said, in one of our videos, I mentioned, if we don't be thankful, we start being thankful only according to the things that we have that we want. You'll find yourself not being grateful for the things that you already have because that's what you start valuing your life. Like you won't value your life until you have something material. But you just be grateful for life, health, and strength. Be in the spirit of gratitude and always thankful, man. And that's gonna help you start off your day because it's a real conversation with the highest power. Telling them that you thank them.
Right.
And that helps out a lot. And also, I know a lot of people don't like the gym setting. A lot of people don't like going to the gym. A lot of people don't like exercising around other people. So for those type of people, if you can't make it to the gym, try to exercise 20 to 45 minutes. A certain day out the week or a certain few days out the week. And even if you don't like going to the gym, go to a nice trail. I recommend some nice trails. Some nice trails in the Atlanta area. All you got to do is just Google Maps. You know what I'm saying? Google a map. Get on Google Maps and type in, nearest trail or whatever. And, you can just take it all in, use the scenery, and really just have some peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? So while you're walking and exercising, you're really enjoying yourself at the same time. So that's for the people with children. But, let your children go play at the park. You know what I'm saying? Get them somebody there to watch them and you go walk a trail or something. So, anyways, confidence, man. Confidence. And, hey, you got to be living in your purpose. You got to be living in your gift because there's no better way to be confident by knowing you doing the right thing, bro. Knowing you on the right path, knowing you going in the right direction. That's going to take your confidence to the roof. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been such a pleasure, man. Been such a pleasure. Thank you for everybody who commented. Thank everybody who shared. Can't wait to get you guys back on here next week. Ain't no telling what we're going to talk about, man. We ain't even going to tell y'all what we're going to talk about. But it's going to be something new. Within the same, all this stuff ties in together because, hey, success leaves clues. So it's tangible. So we're going to give you practical things that you can actually do to be better. And that's what the company is all about. Hey, I'm Mr. Best, and what's your name, is?
Riley Best.
Hey, thank you for tuning in to Financial Fashion Talk Podcast.
Oh, yeah, one more thing.
What's up?
Y'all don't forget about financialfashionclothingco.com.
You already know. Hey, I can't put it on the screen right now, but
check it out.
It's in the comments. Check out the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Turn my L's into W's. You know what I'm saying? I had to turn my L's into W's because bosses be able to take losses.
Already.
And we bounce back and we win. We winners. You know what I'm saying? If you quit, you can't win. And we ain't no quitters. So, hey, be your best self. We'll catch y'all next week. It's the CEO and the CFO of Financial Fashion Clothing Company. And we signing off.
Yes, sir.